Next to skate, representing Korea.
Our next skater represents Korea, 17-year-old Aaron Kim. 7th after the short program as we begin to wind down to the final group.
And Aaron achieved the goal of a clean short and making it to this point in the competition after the short program. So today is a bit of fun, and that's the motivation that his coach Sean has given him for this performance to My Way by Frank Sinatra.
And now the end is near, and so I face the final curtain. My friend, I'll say it clear, I'll state my case, of which I'm certain. I've lived a life that's full. I've traveled each and every highway, and more, much more than this. I did it my way. I planned each charted course, each careful step along the byway, and more, much more than this, I did it my way. Yes, there were times, I'm sure you knew, when I bit off more than I could chew, but through it all, when there was doubt, I ate it up and spit it out. I faced it all, and I stood tall, and did it my way. I've loved, I've laughed and cried, I've had my fill, my share of losing. To think I did all that, and may I say, not in a shy way. Oh no, not me. I did it my way. For what is a man? What has he got, if not himself? Then he has not to say the things he truly feels, and not the words of one who kneels. The record shows I took the blows and did it my Yes, it was my way.
From Korea,
Well, Aaron Kim from Korea, we acknowledge that he had the goal achieved in the short program of a clean skate and finding himself within the top 10, just outside the top group after the short program. Perhaps the motivation just to try to enjoy that performance derailed his brain space, but you can see still.
Yeah, he's got a sense
He
of
is a
humor.
character.
He just lost his legs. He just did not feel his body at all, and that happens sometimes. You know, maybe in practice you're zoned in and you're relaxed or whatever, but when it goes wrong at a pressure moment and you need those, look at that. Oh, I should have slowed it down a lot. He just over-rotated his upper shoulders way earlier, but the triple loop, that was reasonable. That was okay. That was the first jump, maybe the only jump that was really coordinated. Here's a triple flip, too far inside with that pick. Lands on the outside of the boot. That was a hard fall again. And I didn't put all falls in here, obviously. Not the right thing to do. And there's the flying camel with the heel feature in that spin. But he lost all sense of the takeoff. And obviously, when you're making falls, you're using way more energy. And you're getting also emotionally a little bit disappointed. Not a little bit, but a lot. And so you could see things just begin to fall apart. And those programs do happen periodically in a person's career. And I don't want to say they're necessary, but they help you. You just don't know it. It's not what you wish for. And look, he's got a sense of humor, but oops, maybe not.
Well, and Coach Sean Rabbit, who hasn't been working with him for a particularly prolonged period of time alongside Junika Takamura, has just explained that he recognizes the potential of this skater because of the heart that he wears on his sleeve. And interestingly, Sean was saying that even in and around the venue, people have been asking for photos with him after that short program because they connected with his expressive capabilities. And Sean was saying that that is indeed something that is not easy to teach, if indeed teachable at all. So whilst he has something that is unteachable, Sean and Junika Takamura will now have the job of just co-aligning that technique and making it consistent with the jumping classes.
Yeah, and you know, Sean is studying him. He's watching him in a pressure situation like this. He obviously teaches him, knows him, but you know, how's he going to react in each situation? So Sean's really good. I talked to him a little earlier today, and I said, "You're still enjoying coach?" He says, "Yeah, I love it. I just love working with these skaters who happen to be, you know, good people, and the challenge of, because he was a good skater himself, really good skater, the challenge of transferring the information and the knowledge that you gained as a skater in your careers through the ups and downs, and helping to use that without dictating it, but helping to use that to guide these young skaters. He'll be doing that today, that's for sure. But he's a real positive guy, really positive coach.
And this, you know, we're seeing now a new experience for coach-student in competition, because obviously Aaron and Sean got on great in training, and now this is another new experience, and I'm sure Sean's doing all he can to make sure it's framed as positively as it could be with 5 falls in the program.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to dwell on that. I mean, 74.65, 128.89, that puts him 8th overall.
This puts him currently in 8th.